Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, good evening, Miss Tanisha Glaspie. Good evening, Miss Trish Mitchell. Good evening, good evening. Hello, Mr. Rodney Berger. How are you this evening?
Doing very well, Mr. Bass. Thank you. How are you doing, sir?
Outstanding, outstanding. Welcome, everyone. All Gold Gladiators, good evening, and ahoo! Look, now tonight I'm gonna fool you because I am gonna be brief tonight. Well, okay, I don't know why I say that, but anyway, welcome to the call. Thank you, Mr. Berger, for hosting this call this evening. Welcome everybody, all the guests who might be attending, all the networks, all the Gold Gladiators who are already in, who are already sold out. Good evening, of course, we're streaming this live. Good evening, the folks on Facebook, Miss Rachel Rideout, Miss Myrtle Placid, okay, Mr. Clarence Hubbard, Miss Shelby Thompson, Mr. Roddenberg himself, Miss Sidney Minor. Give all those folks a chance to join us on Facebook Live. And we're going to start here in 1 minute. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I hope and pray that everyone realize what a great opportunity we have in our hands today and how blessed we are just to even be here, to even know about this business. And I wake up every morning, I shiver, I pinch myself and say, I'm one of those fortunate people, one of those fortunate 400 or 500 people on this planet of almost 8 billion who've been introduced to what I believe is the greatest business opportunity this world has ever seen. And that's Karatbars International. I really believe that. That's not just my flavor of the month, my flavor of the year, or what I'm doing right now. And I need to make that statement sometimes because, you know, I've been in this industry of networking, of opportunity seekers for 35 years now. And when you've gone through as many things that I've gone through, we've marketed everything from pantyhose to lipstick to lotion to potions to pills to travel to you name it. We've marketed over the last 30 years in this industry before Karatbars. And I say that so when I make the statement, I believe this is the absolute best I've ever seen. And I go so far as to say I believe it's the best business opportunity on the planet today for the person who's looking for this elusive thing called time and money, who's looking for financial independence. And I say financial independence equals time and money. It's not the amount of money. It's when you finally get your time, and the amount of money you need to take care of life under control. And for some people, excuse me 1 second here. For some people, that may be $50,000 a year. For some people, that's $100,000 a year. For some people, that's $200,000 a year. For some people, that's $1 million a year. You must determine the size of your dream and what is required to help you become free. And by free, I mean you do have control of those two things called time and money. So I'm just killing some thoughts right there because I believe everything does start with the dream. I say this wholeheartedly. I say this sincerely, that everything starts right there with the dream. And that's why most talks and most conversations, I always want to start with the dream. I don't want to end with the dream because until you've determined or until you're crystal clear as to why you should do this thing we're doing right now, building wealth and teaching other people how to build wealth, until you're crystal clear what benefits you want to derive from this business, there will always be a reason not to do it. There'll always be something that gets in the way, something that pops up, some things that stop you from doing the things that you should do or need to do in order to build your business. Hey, good evening, Ms. Valerie Smith, Mr. David Logan, Ms. Carolyn Wilburn. Join us on the live stream. James Head, welcome to all you guys. So let me get started. Tonight, I wanted to cover a topic which I really should have my board and be able to draw on my board so you can see what I'm saying. But I'm going to try to paint this visual picture so you can see it. Hey, good evening, Cindy Berger, Ms. Jacqueline Anderson. Good evening, Cheryl Quarterman. I call it why and how to build depth. By depth, I mean building your organization deep. One who sponsors one, who has one, who has one, who has one, who has one. Now, it has been known in the industry, let me make two verifications. Depth is how deep your organization is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's depth, going down. Width is going wide. So how many of you personally sponsor, that's your width. So if you sponsored 5 people, that's called your width. The people that sponsored from them on down, that's called depth. Everybody follow me. So you got width, you sponsored 5. And then when Bob sponsors Shirley, that's depth. Shirley sponsored Gene, that's depth. Gene sponsored Roy, that's depth. Okay? So you got width and you got depth. Tonight I want to talk about why and how to build depth and why it's so important to build depth. Because depth, call it depth in industry, that's really your multiplier. The amount of people is your base multiplier, but you want to see explosive growth in your organization. The deeper you get your team, the more activity you have happening, the more leadership develops, the more people making money, the more everything takes place. So it's important to build depth right away. Then this industry for the longest time had programs that primarily rewarded the recruiter, that primarily rewarded building wealth. Okay, going all back 60 years now, almost all programs were designed for you to go out and personally enroll as many people as you possibly can, and then someone would pay you maybe 2 generations deep, maybe 3 generations down in depth. Okay, they wouldn't pay you down as the organization continued to grow. As I stated before in some calls before, the first networking company that actually paid on what we call multi-levels of distribution, that's a term come from, multi-levels of distribution, was actually Madam C.J. Walker. She was the first one to do it. All the other companies were direct sales companies. They were companies that said, you can buy a product from me and you can go retail that product and put some money in your pocket. So if you bought it from me for $10, you can go sell it for $15 and you make $5. That was the old companies came out in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Some of those companies came out. When Madam C.J. Walker came on board, she says, wait a minute, I'm not just going to pay you a commission on what you order and you make a retail profit. I'm going to pay you a small percentage on the folks that you happen to recruit who also get the product and sell the product. That was the first true documented multi-level distribution and payment concept ever. And it was all done manually by hand. And so that concept was around from, I guess, from 1910, 20, 30, 40, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And then around the late 80s, I say early 90s, this technology created some other different kind of programs like unilevel compensation plans came about. And then this one compensation came about called the binary. Now, what made the binary so significant? Because everyone you've ever ran across in this industry in the 60s, 70s, or 80s who made money, they came from what we call a traditional breakaway or a unilevel compensation plan, which is basically you go out and sponsor 20, 30, 40, 50 people as wide as you possibly can. It's also like every man for himself. That's the way they function. Well, around the mid-90s, this technology allowed another compensation plan come about called a binary. Now, what made the binary so unique was that the binary forced depth. It forced depth to happen. And the binary proved to be the most explosive income-producing, generating compensation plan this industry had ever seen. Okay? Now, I'm not going to get into all that. I'm just trying to tell you where I'm going with this. So when those binaries came about in the mid-90s, early 1993, 94, 95, 96, it exploded all across the world. Because now you can take a person who's not what you call the best recruiter, who's not going to go out and sponsor 30, 40, 50, 100, or 400 people like Tanisha Glaspie. You can take her talents and leverage her talents with the talent of all the other people by building a binary, and a binary just means 2 legs. We call it a dual system. But the word binary was created, but we call it a dual system. You got a left side, you got a right side. But our software, our multi-million-dollar software that you get from the day you enroll, it actually forces this depth to take place. And every experienced network will tell you that depth is where it's all about. Depth is where it is all about. Okay? That's what creates the excitement. So I got a program back in 1983 that said, that you got to build depth. You got to build depth. And by the time you get a leg 10 deep, typically you have a business doing about $20,000 a month. That leg doing $15,000 to $20,000 a month. By the time you get it 10 to 15 deep. And they said, do another one, 10 to 15 deep. And about that time it was like, go out and get you 10 to 15, 20 legs that you built 10 to 15 deep, and you're going to have your multi-millionaire status done. Very difficult thing to do, but it was done at that time. But then the binary comes along and says, we got the technology, and we're going to force this depth. And that's what's going to create excitement. And man, did it create excitement. I mean, it created excitement throughout. Now people just went crazy because they realized, oh my God, I no longer have to be 10, 20, 30, sponsor 10, 20, 30. All I got to do is enroll 2. And I had potential making a lot of money. And a lot of people did make a lot of money by just enrolling 2. Some people didn't enroll anybody. Their uncle, cousin, some friend gave them 2 legs. And before they knew it, 2 legs were taken off and they were making money. They never learned the business, but they were making money. Now I'm off track from where I want to go with this because I'm really going to talk about Karatbars. But I had to give you a little history as to how we got here and one of the things that make Karatbars so dynamic. But it's all about that dual team and it's about building depth. Okay, in the dual team, but that happens automatically. That happens. All the system is designed. You will only have 2 legs in the dual team. So if you one of those people go out and you enroll 20, guess what? You're going to have 2 attached to you and the other 18 to fall down in depth somewhere. Okay? If you go out and roll 400 like Tanisha, understand, she's going to have 2 people attached to her. So the other 400 plus people she's enrolled since that time, they fell down in depth. And what it does, it forces teamwork. It helps people who are not as strong recruiters, but it gives everybody some leverage, some leg to stand on. And then Mr. Harold says, he said, I'm going to take it, in his geniusness says, I'm going to take that one step further. Because in the past, these programs, they would flush volume every week. And some of you don't know what that means. So I don't know what that means. It means that the volume happened that week, and if you didn't earn money from it that week, it went away. And then some companies went for a month. They let your volume build for a month, but if you didn't earn income on that month, that volume disappeared. It never happened. Karatbars came along and said, we're going to eliminate that. We're going to let the volume build and build and build, and you're going to get paid on every single dime that's produced by your organization. But you got to go get what? 2 legs. That's thus the dual team. And it's fair to everyone involved because anybody can find 2. Anybody. I don't know how long it's going to take you, but anybody can find and build 2 legs. Okay, so the bottom line is you get 2 legs, but the system automatically forces depth. And it's going to happen. That's why you have some people here got 5 and 10,000 people on one leg, 20,000 people on one leg, and they're just getting started. That's right. That's happening in the world of wealth builders right now. You got people with 2. I talked to a young lady today. She got 7,000 people in her downline, and today she's going to get started. That's because of the magnificence and the brilliance of a dual team concept and how it puts everybody in a position to win, especially if you happen to be enrolled by somebody who happens to be a recruiter. And like I said, that Dr. Cyril Rosero emphasized, no volume flushes. You get paid on all the volume. We have people out there right now with $100,000, $200,000 of volume in one leg. But every time they create 25 units on the other leg, they get paid. They get paid. If they're VIP, that's $100. Every time they create 25 units. But now, here's why I want to talk about width and depth today. Because after the addition of the matching bonus, it's changed our whole strategy. Not totally, but a little bit. For those who are after this thing, for those who are willing to go sponsor, like Tanisha Glassman has put herself in a position really to be making over $100,000, $200,000 a year in just matching bonuses. As she gets more and more legs to start to do, because the matching bonus is based on how many people you sponsor in with. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means Tanisha Glassman is 400 plus wide. All those legs grow, and all those legs that are growing creates a matching bonus. Every time any one of those legs down 7 generations gets a dual team payout, it creates a matching bonus of 5% 7 generations deep. Folks, that is so powerful. I don't know what to tell you. It put Tanisha Glass right now. She's in a position to become one of the top 10 or 15 income earners in this entire company. Not now, but as it continues to grow and continues to mature, because she's paid the price of creating that width. And that matching bonus rewards it. Not only do the matching bonus rewards it, the direct commissions reward it. The direct commissions tapped into J. Paul Getty's philosophy right on the money. It says what? It's better to get the 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of your own effort. Well, the way the direct commission was sponsored in the first 4 or 5 years since I was in the business, you got 20% direct commission. Now it's spread out. You get 10% direct commission across the board on any package. 10% direct commission. But on the second generation, you get 3, and next you get 2. Now, let me tell you something. That's incredible, folks. That's incredible. That means now, think about, and I don't mean to pick on Tanisha. I can pick on myself. I can pick on Mr. Decker. I can pick on anybody, because we got quite a few diamond executives we're going to recognize at the Let's Go weekend. A diamond executive, a diamond director is someone who's enrolled over 100 people. So when you enroll 20 or 30 or 40 people, you have the potential of 24 or 40 legs growing and creating a matching bonus down 7 generations. Man, that's like your monthly paycheck. I'm averaging right now, just to talk myself, so I'm averaging 150 to 200 matching bonuses every day. Now, if you average it out to $3 a piece, that's about $300. Let's say minimum. Well, that's more like $600 a day. If you said 200 times 3, that's $600 a day. Make it $500 a day. Multiply that times 30 days. That's $15,000 in matching bonuses. Now, if that don't get you thinking about, I got to go enroll some more people by any means necessary, I've got to go enroll some more people. Don't be satisfied. You got 2 legs growing. Go get you more people enrolled. It's going to do a couple things. It's going to fire up your dual team, by enrolling more people because people love to see people. They love to get that spillover from above. They love to get the blessing from above. Go enroll more. I'm talking to the choir now. You're here. Go enroll everybody you can to build that depth, to create that momentum and depth, but also understand what it's going to do for you down the road. Because the legs got to mature. It's not right away. The direct commission is right away, but the legs got to mature. As those legs develop, 100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people, you're going to start seeing that matching bonus. It's going to blow your mind. You won't sleep. I blink, and all of a sudden, 40 matching bonuses, 50 matching bonuses. And the matching bonuses are an indication of the people on your team getting paid. Now you can see, at least on the first 7 generations, who's getting paid. Because your team is going to extend beyond 7 generations very, very fast. So anyway, let's say, so how do we do that? Why? I just told you why. I just want to cover some time and take some time to understand why. So you need to understand, don't get complacent. Don't say, I'll sponsor me 2, I'll sponsor me 5, I'll sponsor me 400 and chill. Now, I'm not saying that to Denisha. I know Denisha's not chilling. That's why she's doing launch meetings almost every single day of the week. Okay? She sees this thing and she understands it. Good evening, Mr. Juan Martinez. Okay? Let me tell you something. So anyway, multiplier. That multiplier and building depth creates 10, it multiplies your growth, let's say like 10 times. It makes it go even faster. You've heard me say on many calls, your multiplier is the amount of people in your group. Your base multiplier is the amount of people on your team. See, we as a company, Karatbars International, we have not gone into momentum yet. We have not reached that tipping point, as Malcolm Gladwell states his book, the tipping point, when all of a sudden, through some mystical, magical, it almost seems like your group just explodes from wherever it is right now to the next level. And typically, when you hit that tipping point, you experience some 8 to 10 times growth. You have 8 to 10 times growth in 2 years over what you did maybe the first 5 or 10 years of getting off the ground. There are some companies that didn't go into the tipping point, didn't go into massive growth until they were 30, 40, 50 years old. We don't know what's going to happen. It's not going to take that long in Karatbars because of the energy momentum we have right now. But believe me, we're growing every single day, every single month. But I believe in my heart that we're going to see matching. We're going to see what I call momentum, explosive momentum, when we start getting 5 to 10,000 people every single day. I'm talking about, can you imagine 10,000 people a day joining the Karatbars family? That's 300,000 a month. And watch this, folks. After 1 year, that's still only 3.6 million people. That's 4 million people. That still leaves like 7 billion, 800 million to go. 7 billion, 996 million to go. I mean, let's get real. But that's some crazy momentum when you have that kind of stuff happening in the entire organization. Okay. So now you want to get your base up. So look at your team right now and say, well, if you got 50 people on your team and we go into momentum and your base multiplies 50 and it goes 10 times growth, well, when the momentum stops, you have about 500 people on your team. However, if you already got 1,000 on your team and it grows by 10 times, you go from 1,000 to 10,000. But what if you already got 5,000 on your team and we have 10 times growth? By the time you look and breathe air, there's 50,000 people on your team. People ask me why I work so hard, why I work nonstop, 24/7, every day, 7 days a week, why I'm still out there, even though the money's there, even though I'm already free. Why am I working like this? Because I see an opportunity to have 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 million people on the Wealth Builders Worldwide team. That's what I see. I hope you see it. That's what I see. Okay? And I don't see it because I'm out big dog hunting. No, I talk to everything 98.6 and breathing. Everything. I talk to everybody because eventually when the dust settles, everybody's going to have a gold savings account. Karatbars universe will dominate this planet. That's my vision. I know it's Harold Sykes' vision, and my vision is in line with his vision. Okay? So now, you got to multiply. Your multiplier is the number of people. That's why I said put everybody. I love the blue dots because the blue dots had the potential of waking up one day. It's not a blue dot. It's just a seed waiting to wake up one day. And when it wake up, I want to be right there saying, how can I help you get started? I enroll everybody. I don't pressure anyone, but I enroll everyone that says yes, I'll put them in. So your multiplier is 10 times. Now, the bigger that depth is, the more it multiplies. Your multiplier might be 20 times if your leg happens to be 500 or 400 or 500 deep. I told you I'm receiving some 150 to 200 matching bonuses a day on 7 generations. Now, any of you understand the dual team, you know good well. I have people 100, 200, 300 levels deep from me. that are getting paid. I have some people who made $3,000 and $4,000 in one day. They don't even show up on my first 7 generations. This thing's incredible. Get your base built. I was talking to Mr. Delco. That's Mr. Delco. Look. Whenever they come to the master nodes, I'm excited. Whenever they come out with the phone, I'm excited. They don't have to come out with it in the month of March. Reason why? I say because the longer it takes for those things to come out, that could be the magic bullet that kicks us into momentum. The longer it takes for those things to come out, the bigger my base will be. The bigger your base will be. The bigger your base will be. The bigger your base will be, the more money you're going to make when the phone is introduced. The more money you're going to make when the ATM machines are introduced. The more money you're going to make as Karatbars transactions take place, the bigger your team is. And so the bigger your team is, the more momentum you're going to have when we go into momentum. If you already got 10,000 in your team, man, and we go grow 10 times where we are now, when momentum kicks in, you look up, you now got 100,000 people on your team worldwide. And I submit to you that anyone that's right here, right now, where we are right now, you have the potential of having 100,000 people on your team in the next 24 months. If you take this seriously, if you put this and make this a priority in your life, okay, and understand what you're doing, okay? So anyway, and by the way, now, another reason why you want to build depth, because as you build depth, you're going to have more credibility. Not only will it grow faster, you have more credibility the deeper you go into your organization. When you're talking to somebody and they know they're 15 to 20 levels removed from you, they tend to listen better. When they're not just 10 levels, when they're 1 level removed from you, that's why we do 3 ways. When they're just removed from you, period, they listen better. That's why you build depth, okay? But the deeper and the bigger your organization get, the more credibility you have with people. So that's another reason why you want to build this depth. And by depth, mean you got to put yourself in the place of learning how to work around people, not through people. I didn't say cut them out. I said just work around them. Treat everybody on your team as if you personally enrolled them. Don't say, you look, why are you calling me? I mean, I've been hearing some of this crazy stuff for the last month or so. Look, you need to follow the line of sponsorship. Call your sponsor first and call the next person first. Okay, they should do that. Yes, they should. But man, be excited when someone on your team calls you, anyone, because you're looking for the excited person. Remember now, you don't look for one. You're looking for one who will be as committed as you are, if not more so. And when you find that one, you want to lock arms with them and you want to talk to them often, as many times as you need to. You want to get them plugged in. You want to stay plugged in, because everybody don't want to get plugged in right away. Some want to get plugged in later. So now, that's why. Why? Because it's going to increase your income. It's going to explode your income when you build depth. Now, how do you go about in building depth? Number one, first thing first. Don't enroll someone and sit on them. Don't enroll someone and say, this is my one, or I got my 2. That's the kiss. Yes, that can happen. You can make one phone call and have a big leg. Okay, but here's my suggestion. Follow the map. Follow the massive action plan. Why do we have a pen called Global Network Director? Why do we create that thing? Why did my wife and I sit down and said, okay, we need to give people some short-term goal. See, Karatbars got some long-term goals. You can become a manager, a director, a gold director elite. All that's there. Okay, and you know, that's not a long-term. We can do that in 30 days if you want to, but we wanted to create some goal that a person said, what do I need to do right now? We said, right now, you need to go enroll you 20 people right away, and that's going to make you a gold director. Yes, we sent a pack. I sent out about 14 packages a day, a bunch of them international. Comes out of my pocket, pay for it myself. Those international packages, man, ain't hurt. I'm going to call the upline and say, send me some money. I mean, and I sent a package in to South Africa where it cost me $35, $40. Okay? Anyway, but I believe it's worth it. I believe that investment is worth it. So let me get off there for a minute. So here's the first step. We say go what? You got you now a bronze package or above. Used to be silver. But I said, let's push it down because bronze now pays you $40 on dual team pass. So now you got a bronze package or above. Don't start there. Don't do the minimums. Okay? Follow the map, but get a bronze package or above, and you go enroll 20 people. We seen you, yes, we seen you that pen that says you're a gold director elite now. Where my pens go? Hold on one second. We send you one of these that says you're a gold director. In the program, you got your bronze package, and you want to enroll you 20 people. No time frame. See, I don't like putting pressure on people. Okay, I don't like putting pressure on people. Okay, that's right, Mr. Mark Purrs. I know, Mr. Mark Purrs. I know this is a tax deductible package when I send it out. Man, stop telling on me. Okay, look. So anyway, and I need it, okay? But that to get that pen sent to you, and of course some CDs and some other stuff we might put in there. We just throw a bunch of stuff out there to you. I believe those things are important. I believe people listen to them in their car. They're important. But the most important thing is you got 20 people enrolled. Now, you got 20 people enrolled. Now, out of that 20, you want to identify 3 to 5 that's ready to go now. That's ready to go. 3 to 5. And the reason we said 3, why? Because 3 is going to help you maximize the unit level compensation plan. That's how you achieve rank, by having at least 3 legs that are growing on a consistent basis. That's also what qualifies you for the long-term incentives, to have those 3. So you're looking for 3 to 5 that's ready to go now. Now, believe it or not, you're building 1 leg straight down now. So let's say you sponsor Bob, who sponsors Sally, who sponsors Sue. Oh, Sue seems excited. Now you want to help Sue get her 3 to 5 people sponsored. Says Sue, now go get 20. But you want to identify that 3 to 5. Who are the 3 to 5 that are interested? And then you want to identify one of those, and you work with that one, and you go down deeper. You say, wait a minute. Now you want to help them get their what? Their 3 to 5. So now go get 20, but you want to find that 3 to 5. Every time you find somebody's interested, you want to keep building depth. And because of now this matching bonus, you want to at least help them get 3 to 5 enrolled. Why? Because you get a matching bonus for helping them get 3 to 5 enrolled who get a package. And then you slow down long to do this. This is going to help multiply your group. So now you might go 5 people, then you find Tom. And Tom said, man, I want to do this. Say, okay, Tom, let's go on the phone. Let's get your 3. Let's go through your list. Let's get us 20 people enrolled right away. When you find that 3 to 5, you find Helen. And Helen said, man, I'm flat out turned on. Mr. Best, I want to do this. You get on the phone with Helen. You start working. I don't care where Helen lives on this planet. You get to go. You say, Helen, we want to get you 3 to 5 enrolled right now. We want to get you 20. Right now, not next week. Don't let them sit. You enrolled, you excited. You want to do this? You say you want to get and make money? Great. I'm going to take you by the hand. We're going to help you make some money. We're going to help you enroll 3 to 5 right now. Now, you're going to get 20. Your goal is to go get 20. But let's identify 3 to 5 that want to go now. And when you're out of 3 to 5, you want to find 1. Again, go down in depth. You want to find that 1? Now I'm on the 5th level. I want to help that person find 3 to 5. And then I want to go behind them and help them find 3 to 5. Depth is about backing up leaders with leaders. Don't ever think I just sponsored Bob. Bob is a superman. Bob is a superstar. Bob can do his thing. And you leave Bob alone. You want to get around Bob as fast as you possibly can and help Bob enroll somebody else. And then you want to help that person enroll somebody else. And you want to keep building those relationships in depth. You want to know the last person that got in most of your legs. Now, I can say that now, at least to maybe the first 10 or 20 or 30 levels deep. After a while, you can't even identify that. You just got to identify by who's producing. Who's making a phone call to you? Who's asking for the 3? Who's calling you? Then you start identifying your leaders by what they do, not so much by they just got in. You got to look at what they're doing. You got to see if they're coming to the Let's Go weekend or they bring a team to the Let's Go weekend. They'll start identifying themselves. And someone says, I got a brand new gold manager down there. Maybe you start managing them from that standpoint. Or you say, I got a brand new gold director. You want to know who they are. Okay, you want to call them. Okay? Now, after they enroll, sponsor 3 to 5, 3 to 5, 3 to 5, 3 to 5. Go over down. Teach from the bottom up. Write some of this down. I'm telling you, this is important stuff, folks. Teach from the bottom up. A mistake that a lot of folks make, especially new people, they say, well, I sponsored Sally, and I told Sally the meeting's Thursday. Now, Sally got 25 people in her group. She going to tell the rest of those folks, don't assume Sally's going to do anything. Okay? Take the position that until I've told them, they don't know. Okay? Until I've told them about the massive action plan, till I've sent them to the map, till I've sent them to my WW, they don't know. Now, understand, you will have leaders that are popular where you say, okay, they got this. You know when they got it when you start hearing them on the power call every day, or they're calling you talking about the power call. You know they got you and say, man, I already got my tickets for Let's Go weekend. You know in your city they got it. When you call a meeting, they show up, you say they got this. And still, don't take it for granted. Okay? Right now, when I'm coming to a city or coming somewhere to do a meeting, I'm talking to this person, and then I'm calling the deepest person I know in the group who's active, I'm calling them. So if I'm calling this person, he's on my 10th level or 30th level, whatever, I don't know what level he's on, but he's the leader coordinating the meeting, I'm talking to them. Then I'm talking to any other leaders I know in that area, I'm saying I'm coming to town. Then I'm going down in depth to the person who just got in, I know of who just got in, say, I'm coming to town. Okay? Or we're going to have a meeting. I take it upon myself to tell as many people as I possibly can. I mean, come on, I've only personally sponsored about 200 plus people in this business. I would send out 1,000 plus texts every single, I would say probably 2-3 times a week. Okay? Now, I don't promote every single, I've toned it down a little bit, so I don't promote every single power call. But I most definitely promote Wednesdays, because I know Willie and Sherry do something special all the time on their call. Now, I promote them all. Don't misunderstand me. But I may not text them about it every day and say, I technically know we do a power call every single day, but I don't text them every day. Okay? I found out some people, I'm trying to text them and inform them, and they see the text, me text them every day as I need them. I need them. I had a friend tell me that less than a month ago. He said, I know you really want me to do this business. I said, oh my gracious. I said, I've lost complete prospect for you because we're friends. So what do you mean? I said, because we're friends, I've lost complete prospect for you or something. Because if you actually think I'm waiting for you, I need you to do this business. I'm sitting here with my phone ringing 75 to 100 times a day. I get more texts than I can return. And you are under the impression that I need you to build the business and you don't even know what you're doing. Do you have any idea what it would take for me to get you started this thing? So what you mean? I said, you buy a package, whoop-de-doo. Now, that's not going to change my life. Now, to get you started, I got to help you make a list. I got to show you how to call them. I got to show you probably how to turn on your computer. I got to show you how to order your package, show you how to order package. I said, I got to invest 10 to 15 hours in you just to get you off the ground because you're not even a networker. I said, I'm trying to save you from financial disaster. And you're under the impression because I'm texting you all the time, I really want you to do this. No, you don't have to do it. And by the way, just for your information, I ain't talked to him in 2 weeks. Now, I ain't mad at him. But I don't have time. You don't have time. You're looking for people who want to do this thing, folks. I mean, I can't say that any better than that to you. You look for people who want to do this. So learn how to teach and learn how to communicate from the bottom up. You tell the person. Now, don't. See, watch this. Let me share this with you. Be sensitive because as the team grows, egos and all these things become sensitive issues. I'm going to say 2 statements here. 1, people downline, give your upline some slack. I mean, none of us are perfect. Give us all some slack. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to say the wrong thing. We're going to step on toes. Man, blame it on the head, not the heart. Don't be so quick to jump to conclusions. Okay? And start saying they don't like me or they diss me or they disrespect me, all that nonsense. I said before, if you don't care who gets the credit, you're going to get rich in this thing. If you don't let the egos get out of whack, because all of a sudden now you make a little money or you got a little team going on and the egos get out of whack, and that's how the business get messed up. I'm telling you right now, it's one thing to lead a team of 100 people you just got started, but it's a whole nother thing to lead a team of 5,000, of 20,000, 30,000. Now you have leaders, competent leaders, confident leaders. You want confident leaders on your team. That's the only way you're going to get a team of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000. You can't be everything to everyone. You can't be. I can't be everything to everyone. And I'm not going to make everybody happy. But I'm going to tell you something. So give your upline some slack. When they make a mistake, give them some slack. Okay? And now, that's for the downline. That's for your team, people who are looking upline saying, okay, give that upline some slack. Now, for those folks who got a downline, I'm going to say this one more time. Be quick to apologize. I mean, man, just you got some misunderstanding with somebody. Don't blow up don't blow up $500,000 of your business because you got some miscommunication. But I said, you know what? That's not what I meant. And man, I sincerely apologize. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. I didn't see you when you came into the room. I didn't see you. Be quick to apologize. Now I know some leadership schools you hear, they said, no, don't do that. I'm telling you right now, they're wrong. Okay? Do not walk around thinking you know all, you're Mr. Know-All, Miss Know-All, and you always right. Oh, no, you're not. Be quick to apologize. Be quick to say, I'm sorry. Let's start over again. Let's do this right, man. I miscommunicated. I meant to say 5. I meant to say 5. I said 3. Oh, okay. I meant to say 5. Or I said 3. I meant it was 5. Be quick to apologize. And then move on. Keep the big picture in mind. So when you have upline stuff start working around you, get excited. When your upline's going down to your organization said, I'm going to do a meeting for your team, I'm going to do a meeting over here, and they didn't tell you first, man, get over that stuff. Man, be so excited. You say, where are you going to do a meeting, Mr. Decker? Where are you going to do a meeting, Mr. Roger Williams? Oh my God, I got some people that said, let me plug them in. That's work in depth. How do you also maximize work in depth? Look at that calendar at Wealth Builders Worldwide. Every single city, there's a meeting going on these lines. Ask me, there's a meeting taking place this Friday, this Sunday in Newport News, Virginia, right there at the Lucky Nail Salon. Who do you know in Newport News and Hampton? Get them there. Ty Best's going to be speaking, man. I mean, look, you get to see him for free. Okay? Most time people paying to see him. Here in Newport News and Hampton, somewhere around this area, he's always speaking for free. Oh my gracious, man. Okay, you know somebody in Newport News. Okay, wait a minute. And then the next week you're gonna be in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. You know anybody in the state? You know anybody in the state? Don't set a commitment level for some people. Do you know anybody on the East Coast? Hey, well, Ty Best's gonna be speaking at Elizabeth. Ann Sutton's Educational Center in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, next Saturday at 6 o'clock. On March 9th, and then on Sunday, March 10th at 4 o'clock, he's going to be at the Spring Hill Suites. You know anybody that place. And guess what? Hey, they having a big meeting in D.C., the DMV, on March 16th. Mr. Best's going to be up there. This Mr. Best's going to be there. Rodney Roach going to be there. Mr. Murray going to be there. Kevin Thompson, Team Freedom going to be there. Team Union going to be there. Man, it's going to be packed. People coming in from New York. They're coming from Philadelphia. They're coming from all over. You want to get there. You know anybody on the East Coast, you ought to get to that meeting. And they're doing a meeting every single Saturday in Lansing, Michigan. You know anybody in the Midwest, anybody in Michigan, the state of Michigan, they ought to get to that meeting. I don't care where they live. Hey, guess what? Miss Jacqueline Scott is doing a meeting. Her and Bill, I believe it is. I'm going to get this, give me a test of my memory now. Doing a meeting in Chicago. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Doing a meeting in Chicago. They doing a meeting. Who do you know in Chicago, Illinois? Okay? Man, follow where these meetings are taking place and send your team to these meetings. That's building up. Don't wait for the person you sponsor to do it. They might have the dream. Their dream may not be as big as yours. They may not be as excited as you are. Okay? So you don't know how to promote all these things. Promote every single thing. Believe me, I'm texting every time I see someone on Facebook. Facebook make you lazy. God Almighty. Because I go every time I see a meeting, I go like, share, like, share, like, share, like, share. And then I like and copy it sometime, and I go back to Messenger, and then I've learned how to use Messenger, man. I'll send that meeting out to all those folks I know live in that area. Okay? I don't know who's going to respond. Work everything. Okay? As I said before, work around people, not through people. Okay? Don't work over people now. Work around them. And you're not trying to hide something, but you want to make sure that the information is pure. Okay? Go down in depth, make sure you tell them. Okay? Build relationships all the way through the line of sponsorship. Okay? Yes, I do talk to Mr. Delco probably every day. Or at the very least, every other day. Every other day, I'm talking to Mr. Delco, Miss Monisha Delco. Probably, a lot of times it's my first phone call and my last phone call at night. Okay? Does Mr. Delco need a pep talk from me? God, for God's sake, no. We just talking about stuff and strategy, getting ready for Let's Go weekend, different things we got to do. But we have a communication. And sometimes our income is so insane that the only two people we can talk to about it is he can talk to me about his and I can talk to him about mine. And we stay off it with a lot of folks. Okay, because Karatbars put you in a situation. Okay. Anyway. Oh, boy, what else I wrote down here? Always edify your upline. Okay. This is taught every week by Roger Williams and Tanisha Glasper and everybody on all the training. Some folks still don't get it. They don't get it. They'll say, hey, Tyrone, talk to this person for me. They don't understand. They sound like, I don't know what's going on through their mind. I don't want to second guess that. I'm saying this. In order for the three-way to be the most effective, you've got to have done a proper edification of the upline. You don't have to be over the top. You say, this person's a good friend of mine, man. He's very successful in Karatbars. I just want you to hear from him. He got some things he want to share with you. And by the way, they've been in the business 3-4 years, man. They're incredible, doing some unique. Just come up with some sincere things you can say about that person. If you can't come up with anything sincere to say about that person you're three-waying with, you should not be three-waying with that person. Okay? If you can't get nice words out of your mouth about the person you're three-waying with, you should not be three-waying with that person because you're not going to have the most effective three-way call. Okay? And then the last little secret I'm telling you to build a large organization. The last little secret. Get you an out-of-town team. Start to see your business bigger than Newport News, or bigger than Hampton, or bigger than Baltimore, or bigger than D.C., or bigger than New York, or bigger than Iowa, or bigger than the state of Iowa, or city in Iowa, bigger than Sioux Falls, bigger than, do you understand what I'm saying? Bigger than St. Louis, okay? See your business bigger and work to get your team that's growing outside of your city. So on the weekend, you got someplace to go. Someplace that, look, I'm going over here and doing a meeting over there. You want to ask me why Team Freedom is growing so fast? Kevin Thompson, he's never at home. Him and Brother Jamil, Minister Jamil, they gone all the time. somewhere doing. I'm just following them on Facebook. Going, man, they in Chicago, man, they in Illinois, then they back in Chicago, then they back in Illinois, they in New York, they somewhere. And by the way, that kind of work ethic also sets an example for your team. You're always working. Nobody wants to feel like, you lead by setting an example. The work example is one example. When your team see you working, you chasing a dream, man, it fires your team up. Not everybody, but the ones who are looking for a leader, the ones who are looking for somebody on fire, they want to be on fire. They want to run right with you. But they won't run if they don't see you running. They won't run if they don't see you act. They'll do what your team will do, what you do, not what you say. And so get a group out of town, get a group out of state, and then, yes, right, go in your pocket and pay the flag, go see that group. Go help that group. Go do something for that team. Okay? So anyway, that's all I want to say. Why and how you want to work depth. All those are things I do. When I send out packages, that's work in depth. My wife and I put these packages together, and I guess I will assume right now we sent over 1,000 global directed packages over the last 5 years. Well over 1,000. Okay? We send them out. We have fun. But think about it. If it's just 1,000 of them, and they all went out and got 20 people, that's 20,000 people added to the program because they went out and got 20. Okay? We're excited about that. We believe this helps get people off to a fast start, as well as the fast start program. Hey, go enroll 5 people your level above, and it comes and takes you to the next level of the package. So anyway, that's all I want to say on that. Mr. Berger, I'm going to end it right there. We're going to open up this queue so people can ask any questions or make any comments, and I'll do the very best I can to answer those things because this depth thing is very, very serious, especially right now as we go into this next phase. I really believe, I wish I could tell you when momentum was going to hit. I wish I could tell you any day now. I don't know. All I know is that we haven't got it, but when we hit that tipping point, folks, all you're going to do is do what so many millionaires I've talked to in the past, back in the 80s and 90s when I first got in the industry. They said, look, Tyrone, momentum comes one time. And I don't care what happens, you're going to wish you done more. You're going to wish you done more. Because this first company I got involved, their momentum period in North America was from 1970 to 1980. The company went from $100 million to $1 billion in sales in that 10-year period. And millionaires were created on top of millionaires, were created on top of millionaires. I believe that Karatbars is in a position to be the next big giant in this country, in this industry worldwide. I literally believe in my heart that Karatbars is going to be bigger than any company ever in the history of networking. I believe that. I believe we're going to be so huge. People say, what happened and where did they come from? And I say that because our product is money. We have a credible, legitimate CEO who's genuinely concerned about people earning income and liberating themselves from debt. That mission is not a statement. It's not hyperbole. It's not, man, that sounds good. That's good. That's a good mission. He has demonstrated that to me over the last 5 years. And every single decision I've seen him make over the last 5 years has been a decision to benefit the field, benefit the group, put more money in people's pocket, and liberate more people from a system of debt. Every single decision he's made. I feel like he's giving away the farm. Okay? Mr. Delk and I talk about Dr. Patrice Gordon and Lisa. We talk about it. Roger, when we talk, we said, man, we haven't seen anybody like Mr. Harold Seitz. The level of generosity is unparalleled to anything I've seen in 30 plus years before I got in Karatbars. People say, why don't I worry about the coin? I say, I'm going to worry when Harold Seitz start worrying about something. Until Harold Seitz panic, I'm not panicking about a thing. Okay? That's why I take my cue. I take my cue from Mr. Harold Seitz. Is the Harold Seitz in a panic? Nope. Okay, we're good. What about the coin? They say going to take care of that? Okay, we're good. How going to do it? I don't know, but we're good. We're going to simplify the process. Mr. Harold Seitz say we're going to simplify the process. And this all we've seen this year is more innovation in the world of Karatbars universe to simplify the process. Karatbit exchange simplifies the process. Man, you don't know. Well, maybe you do. Mr. Roddenberg, let's open this queue up.
Mr. Baker, it's ready to go, sir.
First person in the queue, you are live. Good evening.
Mr. Karatbars, are you here? You can hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I sure can.
Oh, greetings. This is Marie Antoinette Stafford in Athens, Georgia. Mr. Best, the best family, dedicated one. I thank you for giving us all this knowledge to get free. I was in my wealth builder's office, and I promised to myself to always go there first when I start my day each day. It takes 7 pages of pipeline tracker for 100 people that I get out and get more. I really love this company because of the fact that our product is money. Thank you so much. You have a golden evening.
Hey, thank you, Marie. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us on the call. Next call in queue. You're live.
Hi, Mr. Best. Mrs. Best, this is Deanna Oliver. Love you all. Well, Voters Worldwide. This is an awesome call. I'm enjoying you, Mr. Best. I really appreciate you. Bye.
Hey, thank you, Miss Oliver. Thank you for joining us on the call, and thank you for your persistence over an extended period of time, because that's what it takes. I believe that with all my heart. I believe anybody can do Karatbars. The only thing I can't guarantee is how long it's going to take you to reach your goals and your dreams. But I believe this with all my heart, that you will reach them. There isn't anything in the way to stop you from doing that. Next call in queue, you're live.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Right. Good evening, Mr. Best. Glenn Perkins and all the well builders. Glenn Perkins in Jackson, Mississippi. Sir, I'm always enjoying your call. So thank you for the information and knowledge you're imparting on us tonight. Everyone have a great night.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Perkins. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next call in queue, you're live.
Mr. Best, this is Rhonda Hollins and my husband, Dr. David Hollins in Houston, Texas. Just wanted you to know that we thoroughly enjoyed all of this information, the insight, and we both have received our packages from you, and thank you and your wife very much for that. Back over to you.
Hey, thank you very much to the Hollises. Thank you very much. And, man, you guys out there in Houston, I mean, I just love to see these cities start to emerge and things just start to happen in all these different cities. I know Miss Cherie Hollywood Hicks is out there and other folks out there in Houston. Texas is such a big state, man. Woo! If you don't know it, go through Texas and try to drive through it 1-2 days. Okay? And you realize, man, we have so much to do, so much we got to do. So thank you guys very much for joining us on the call. Next caller, please.
Good evening, Mr. Best. This is Mr. Antoine flipping out here in Los Angeles, California. Just recently got back late yesterday evening from my little vacation in Atlanta with my mom. So just turned 70 years young this past Saturday. Couple things just went through when I was there. Thank God for Karatbars. And she got so excited about not only for her birthday, but gave her some cash gold. And she's wanting to know a little bit more about Karatbars now. I thank you so much for implanting so much knowledge in us. Tell us, don't quit. Keep going and keep planting seeds and get more people. Just keep going. Doesn't matter what your past is about. It's about where you're going now and the journey ahead. Thank you so much, sir, for your knowledge and your love and your passion, and I appreciate you very much. Have a nice evening.
And thank you, Mr. Flippin. And you turned me so many ways. I wanted to say something, but I want to leave this call open. I'll save my comments for the end. Next call in queue. You're live.
Hello, Mr. Best and all. I feel we're enjoying this blessing, Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm keep my eyes open so I can be obedient and get on the call. Have a golden evening.
Hey, thank you, Miss Mary Joy Smith, another person that epitomized what I call just stick to it, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, stick to it. Next call in queue, you're live.
Good evening, Omar Branch, New York. Just get on the call. Thank you for the training. Thank you for all that you do. Like you said, you're already a free man, and you're still out here helping people like you're not free. So I appreciate that greatly. I'm out, and thank you.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Branch. I appreciate it. But look, I don't know what else I would do. I was on the call. Who was I talking this afternoon? He was talking about vacation and stuff. I said, my vacation, I love what I do. I don't need a vacation from what I'm doing. It's not work to me. I love what I do. I'm more irritated when I'm not talking to folks, when I'm not out helping somebody get a dream and get excited. I'm just a different kind of cat. So not better, I just say just different. I just love what I do. And they say if you find what you love to do, you'll never have to work again. So this is not work. I wake up in the morning looking forward to doing what I'm doing. Okay? I look for, and I love people call me saying, hey, man, I got 3 dual team payments today, or I got 5, or I got a direct commission. I love hearing those messages. Okay? So anyway, I love everything I do. God bless. Next. Yes, sir. Good evening.
I'm telling you, Mr. Best, talking about the serendipity of what you're dealing with tonight about building in depth and tying that to what Mr. Michael Delco shared on the pre-call this morning about the Canadian geese getting in formation. That's no different than what we're dealing with when we're building in depth, going to the bottom and getting in that draft. And I'm telling you, I heard that when Mr. Delco first did it, but it's amazing, Mr. Best, how much you hear the second time that you didn't hear the first time, because that pre-call today set me on fire. And in my mind, over and over and over again, I was talking about getting in formation. Here's Lady Lisa.
Mr. Best, what an exceptional call this evening. I just want to tell you how much I love you and how much I hear your name called throughout my conversations with team members. And I'm going to be quick with this, but I had a team member who worked in the business on fire. She still is, but an emergency took place. She went to the hospital for one thing, and next thing you know, they had to cut her open from the top of her stomach all the way down. She had several people that she was working with getting packages, KYC, so of course I got in there and doing everything to keep things moving for her. But Mr. Best, I went to the hospital to see her Saturday, and when I got in the room, she said, "Did you hear what Mr. Best said? If I get this amount of people." So it just blessed me knowing that, she's still plugged in with everything that's going on. But she was listening to the power call, and our discussion was talking about what you said on the Saturday power call. And it's just, I know it's about, the business where we are receiving so much financially with this opportunity, but I'm telling you, to me, it's financial, but it's other things as well. Building relationships, seeing people get inspired, seeing people dream, that I've known for years, really never talked to me about a dream or saw themselves doing anything other than what they are currently doing. Mr. Best, you're changing lives. You've changed my life, my family's life. My conversation in my home is totally different now. The further I get into what I'm doing with Karatbars, everything just turned upside down, and I love it. So I love you. I love your family. I love everybody on the stream, the live stream, everybody who's out there working this business and seeing this opportunity as a vehicle to freedom. You're in the right place, right time, definitely with the right people and with the right product. Ahoo!
Ahoo. Hey, thank you to the Gordon family. Thank you guys, and love you guys both. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys have been a joy in so many ways to me. I can't imagine. I got to thank you again for all your comments yesterday, Lady Lisa, as well. And folks, one thing we haven't done a talk on, we got to, is that we need to somehow, I have to talk to Mr. Delco about it. We have to do a talk one day, one freedom call about the intangibles. Because coming on like I was talking about the money anyway. The money is one thing, but you get in for the money. No question about it. You want to make the money, you go out. But these intangibles, I don't know the price tag you put on that. I don't know the price that I can put on the fact that my son at 33 has never known his mother to have a job. He was never in the system in any way, or my 18-year-old has never been in the system. What's the price? How much is that worth to you, to a person? How much dollar value can you put on that? Or how much dollar value can I put on the last couple years of my father's life that I had the time and the freedom to go sit down with him and talk with him and chat with him and massage his feet or massage his legs and just sit down and tell a story and listen to him tell us stories. And I mean, what's the price tag on that? Okay, what's the price tag on calling my mother and said, "Mom, you ain't never got to work again. Don't worry about it. We got you. Whatever you got, don't worry about it." What's the price tag on that? I mean, how much is that worth? $100,000? What's the price tag on that? What's the price tag on becoming your son's best friend or your kid's best friend? They say, "Where's Dad? I leave the house. I can't be gone an hour." They call him, "Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? What you doing?" Okay, what's the price? That's an intangible of the business. There's so many all the relationships. The relationship I have right now with the Delcos, the relationship I have with Roger Williams, the relationship I have with the Gordons, with my mother and father, sisters, and with my mother and sisters and brothers, the relationship I have with my wife. I submit to you right now today. I mean, I claim this boldly. that if I hadn't got exposed to network marketing in 1983 and learned something about being a man and a husband, we wouldn't be married. And my 33-year-old wouldn't be here. My 18-year-old wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't have the family I have today if it wasn't for the intangibles of this business. Because it was in this business where somebody taught me about some true sense of manly responsibility. Because I didn't know. I had a general idea, but not to the depth that I understand now. Anyway, that's a whole... See, Lisa, you sent me down a whole rabbit hole, man, of stuff. The intangible of this business, man, you can't put a price. What's the price they're going to send somebody to smile in the hospital just had surgery talking about their dream? What's the intangible when you see a lady, 85 years old, get so fired up, she's on fire every day. At 84, 85, talking about dreaming again. And what's the price on that? Okay? How much dollar value can you place on that? How much dollar value can you place on somebody who said, I was suicidal. I was done. I had no reason to be here, no idea what I want to do at all. And then they get a phone call and somebody say, have you heard about Karatbars? And all of a sudden, they want to live, and they fired up, and they fired about this thing. What's the price tag on that? So I get these stories. That's what drives me. I get these stories. When people send their WWPN in, at the bottom, Mr. Roddenberry please said, tell us about yourself. You won't believe some of the things that people tell us. God bless. Next call in queue.
Hey, Mr. Bass, it is 3 minutes to the hour.
Okay. Well, let's try to squeeze in a couple more. If you got a couple, how does the queue look, Rodney?
You want to do? We have quite a few people in the queue. You want to do like about 2 or 3 more?
Yeah, let's go 10 seconds, folks. Let them go. Because we got to be at 11 o'clock. We got our launch meeting. I forgot about it. We got a launch meeting in 3 minutes with Mr. Nisha Glassfield. So let's go. Let me be quiet. You got 10 seconds. Let's go.
Thank you, Mr. Bears. This is Craig Parker out of San Bernardino, California, man. It's priceless. I appreciate you. Love you, man. See you in Atlanta.
Hey, love Mr. Parker. See you then, too. Ahoo. Next caller.
Hey, this is Tia Gordon Jackson from Atlanta. Thank you, guys. I want to thank you, Mr. Vance, for allowing us to grow and all the service that you are giving to everyone.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Next call in queue. You're live.
Good morning. Good evening, Mr. Welcome to all the other Karatbars leaders on the call. Good evening, everyone. My name is Holly, folks, and I'm calling from Los Angeles. I am on the phenomenal David Jackson's team out of New York. And I just want to say what an awesome call this is. I was on the call this morning as well. And being a newbie to Karatbars, I'm on fire and I'm ready to go. I had a couple of people who I actually was really interested in getting in the business, whom are also experts or leaders in the MLM industry. And one of them told me, he said, no, thank you. I am blessed. I have enough money. And I thought to myself, you can never have too much money. And so I'm interested in really trying to piquing his interest as well. So I'm going to kind of see what he has to say in the next couple of days. And so I figure I'll leave him alone for a minute. I'll let him sit after I send him my link. I just wanted to know what you all thought might be a good way to pique his interest to even get him to kind of take a look and get on a call and come on over. What are your thoughts?
Oh, man, you got enough money. You're going to love this then because you don't have to get involved for the money. But think about all the people you know that could use an opportunity. Think about all the lives you're going to change. Oh, my gracious, man. I'm glad you blessed. You got enough money. Great. Just think about all the people you can help and lives you can touch by introducing them to this phenomenal program. And there are many lives that only you can reach out and touch. I get past a lot. I get people a lot of times say they're done. They're okay. I said, man, I'm glad you are doing okay. Now, do you know anybody that's hurting financially? Do you know anybody who might be looking for an opportunity? Do you know anybody you like to reach out and help? Like family members. They go, oh, yeah, I got a lot of families. I say, well, great. You take a look at this thing, man, because you may not benefit from it. But just because you know about it, you may be the one person who can share it with them. That's it. Take it off them right away. Agree with them and say, man, you done. Anybody else? That's my I get people say this to me all the time. I said, man, great. I mean, I'm so happy for you. I don't do myself. But, you know, that's great for you. That gets back to my speech. I said the other day. I said, what if Harriet Tubman said, I'm free? Get your own, my brother. Okay? What if Frederick Douglass said, hey, I'm free. I'm not going to be an abolitionist. I'm going to go over to the New York man and chill out. I had enough of slavery thing. I ain't fighting that battle. I ain't doing that. What if Dr. Martin Luther King said, I mean, come on. We got so many people who went, they had stuff. They were already done. Okay. I think once you've seen this opportunity, you really believe it. I think it's an ultimate act of. Okay, I don't talk about nobody. Anyway, next call in queue, but you get the idea. Please free to call me personally if you want to talk about that some more. But next call in queue, you're live.
Good evening, Mr. Bass. This is C.C. Mahone, and I just wanted to say something because of you, sir. At 67 years old, I didn't even know that I had stopped dreaming. And I just wanted to thank you and publicly thank you again because I was able to start dreaming again. And I love helping people, but without a dream, that wasn't going to happen. So thank you for that phone call, and I love you. Back to you.
Hey, love you too, Miss CC Mahone. Look, I text my sponsor almost every day and say thanks again. See, I don't take it for granted. One phone call. Coming as 8 years old, I've gotten one invitation. I talked to the guy this morning. He said he's been in Karatbars 4 times. I'm going, what is he missing? He signed up 4 separate times. I said, now how do you get to see it 4 times? And I've gotten one invitation. I break out in a cold sweat thinking I could have said no. Okay? And miss what, in my mind, has turned out to be the greatest thing I've done in 35 years in this industry. Nothing compares to the lives we change. And man, this Let's Go weekend, I can't wait. Okay, I know. Okay, let's get 2 more guys. I got to go because Nisha Glass is waiting for us. Let's get 2 more, Mr. Berger, if we can. Let's go. 2 more, please. Next call in queue. You might be muted. Going once.
Wow. This is South Carolina Don. Mr. Best, I just wanted to thank you for everything that you've trained me in the last 3 years from listening. I know in another 45 days or so I will be seeing you and shaking your hand again. But I've just learned and I've grown. Even though I'm at my age, I've learned so much from what you talked about, and you talked a lot about it tonight. Thank you once again, and I'll see you 40 days, 45 days.
Hey, look, congrats to you, Mr. Don Christian, man. You are the epitome of the system. And I mean, man, you got it going on right now. I hear you every morning on a power call. I said, Don Christian, he's going to become the Don of South Carolina. He keep going. I mean, man, you got it on fire up there, man. I mean, you got people coming in, they're getting packages. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. We got so much leadership all around the world of wealth builders to aspire to. I mean, a lot, and we're still just getting started. Welcome to all the folks on the live stream. The last call in queue, because we got to go. We got to go. Hate to miss anybody, but we got to go. Last call in queue. Thanks, Don.
Good evening, Mr. Best. How are you?
Outstanding. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Dr. Allison from Macon, Georgia. I just want to thank you for your leadership and for inspiring me to dream again. And I want to thank you and Mrs. Valerie Best for my G&D pen and my CDs. I'm going to make copies of them so I can hand them out to people and share the business, share the system with them. And I just want to let you know that I love you and your family and all that you're doing for us and Karatbars and Wealth Builders Worldwide. And I want to wish you a golden evening.
Hey, thank you. Love you too, Ms. Anderson.
Q&A session is over.
You just remind me of the thing I wanted to say. Let me tell you something, folks. I mean this. If you're not utilizing CDs in your business, you're making a critical mistake. Now, you can say, why do I say that, considering so many people use this technology today, or so many people plugging on a power call? Because you hear something one time. Dr. Patrice Gordon said it best. He said what? He heard Mr. Delco's talk when Mr. Delco did that over a year ago. And then today he heard something completely different. I'm submitting to you. You need to hear a message 3, 4, 5 times, sometimes 6, 7, 8 times. And each time you hear it, you hear something different, not because the message changed so much, but because you are changing. You are constantly growing, and you receive information at a different place. Like I said, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, also when the student is ready, the message will appear. The message might have been there the whole time on the CD, and that's why you want to start accumulating a powerful message from powerful people, and that's why you want to turn your car into a universe on wheels. If you're in this business and you're still tuned into the radio 35, 40 minutes a day, you just don't get it. Okay? You just haven't gotten it yet. I'm telling you right now, you should have CDs in your car. Your car should be a universal on wheels. However way you go about it. If it's a CD, great. If you got your Bluetooth and you call into your Wealth Builders, you plug in and hear those calls. But don't listen to something one time and say, I got it. Okay? I listened to a seat at the table again this morning myself and said, oh my God, it fired me. I said, I had to get back with it. I'm telling you right now, you got to hear this stuff over and over again to keep you fine-tuned and put you in a state where you sponsor everything that breathes. And believe me, people on your team need it. I don't like to talk to folks. I mean, you may think I do because I go on these calls and I go on for 5, 10, 15 minutes. No, I'd rather give them a CD and walk away. I'd rather give them a CD by Mr. Delco, CD by anybody. Yeah, CD by me, but it's give them something they can take and walk away with. Mr. Berger, I want to thank you very much, folks. We're going over to goldrocks.info for a launch party. Get all your new people there, all your blue dots there, and invite everybody. We're going to be there for the next hour. Hopefully not more than an hour. I know Sunday went on for 2 hours, but we're going to be there for the next hour. Thank you very much, everybody. Say ahoo.
See you at the launch party, Mr. Bass.
See you at the launch party.
Participants are unmuted.
Ahoo, ahoo, ahoo. See you at the launch party. See you at the last party. Everybody, ahoo. Bye-bye.